Welcome to another edition of Great Health, Abundant Happiness, and Outrageous Love. Great day out here. We're in Boston, looking at the Charles River here. We had a lot of great days out at the Charles.
We had so much fun here. This is where it all began for Jeffrey and I. We met in Boston 30 years ago. We got married here 29 and a half years ago. And we are now back visiting. And it is just absolutely beautiful.
Beautiful, beautiful day. Hey, so the topic that we wanted to talk about today was how you can set your vibration for the day, and meaning your energy, call it your feelings, your attitude towards the world, but your vibrational energy going out. Obviously, really high vibration, really positive, joy, love. Very low vibration could be negativity, angry, whatever. And we're just talking on the way over here. You know, there are people over my shoulder that live in beautiful brownstones, have
Multi-million-dollar brownstones. They're beautiful.
Yeah, all the means, and you know they have great job. I'm not making this up, by the way. Great job, great life. They walk out and their car gets dinged by someone, runs into it with a bike or whatever. So the rest of the day they're going around talking about the ding in their car, or how bad people are, or how careless they are, or whatever, and putting out this negative energy. So there's a focus on something negative that happened when there's so many things in their life that they could focus on to be positive about. So, right?
Exactly. And then you've got, there's several homeless people here in the parks of Boston. And, you know, you've got that contrast of they don't have a home. In fact, they don't really own much of anything except for what's in, you know, the bag that's sitting next to them, and maybe the blanket that's covering them on a bench. But yet they wake up, and maybe they're waking up and looking at this gorgeous weather, the beautiful sunshine. They're in a park, and, you know, we all put our pants on the same way, so to speak. So the point of the video is to really think about the fact that it is not the things, it is not the money that makes us happy. It is our own vibrational choice, and that is 100% a choice. So, you know, have you ever had a day where, you know, let's say you're out walking and something sets you off, something so minor, and it might not be a ding on your car, it might be someone walked past you and accidentally brushed against you. Now you're irritated. You've chosen to let that circumstance set your vibrational level lower. The next thing that happens, because you're walking with your coffee, is you hit a curb and you trip and your coffee spills all over you, right? And it's a domino effect. I think we've all had those days, right? And then the next thing that happens is you go to buy something and your card gets declined, or you forgot your wallet, and so on and so on and so on, right? You can choose to laugh all of these things off, because your choice for your own personal satisfaction of your feelings is 100% a choice and up to you, right? It's fascinating.
Absolutely. And, you know, and okay, so you got some coffee on your shirt. You just focus on all the good around you. I mean, you have a choice really to focus on, and then we always say there's no good or bad, but focus on the things that take your energy up.
Exactly. You know, I have a great example. We were out to dinner, a business dinner, in, I can't remember where. You'll remember. It might have been in California. I think it was in Monterey. And we were drinking red wine. And I happened to be all dressed in white, right? And one of our dinner mates, who was sitting across from me, she's a very big hand talker, as am I, so I totally appreciated it. And we had huge glasses of beautiful red wine. And she said, and hit her wine glass, which it was like a slow motion movie, came at me and literally covered me from head to toe. It was almost comical because I was in all white and it did not miss one spot on me. Now, I could have let that circumstance affect me in all sorts of ways. And do you know what I did? I laughed for several reasons. that was where I was in that moment. I was in a very happy place. My outfit is not me. It's just clothes. Ooh, sorry. The dog just went after the Canadian geese. But this is so important because, you know, I've had other situations. I mean, I'll never forget one time when Jeffrey spilled coffee all over. I had a pair of pants on, and we were going to meet his mom for the first time, and I didn't react in a way that I was, that I could say I was proud about.
Well, you weren't as mature back then.
Well, I wasn't as evolved.
Right? Enlightened, I would say, yeah.
And I didn't, I wasn't as confident. So here's the bottom line. You must be confident in your own self-love, right? So I was going to meet, I think, his mom or somebody, and I wasn't as confident. Out to this dinner party, I'm very confident in my own self-love. And that's the key and core to everything that Jeffrey and I ever talk about is when you have complete self-love, none of that mattered. And it was a great story for the rest of the night because I had to walk around, you know, with wine stains all over me for the rest of the evening. And we ran into other people, you know, that were there. We were there for a large business conference. And, you know, I can only imagine what they must have been thinking. And all I could do is chuckle inside. The only thing that I felt bad about is that our dinner mate, and it was a large dinner party, she felt so bad that she had ruined my outfit.
Well, I think you did a good job. Telling her that it wasn't a big deal.
It's just clothes.
Yeah.
I could care less about any of that. Yeah. Everything is replaceable. You know, or I can throw it out. It's just clothes. And if she's watching, because I know she watches our videos sometimes, I think after the fact, you know, that I was cracking up over the entire event. And it's all a choice.
Yeah.
And again, it goes back to I was in a happy state, and there was really nothing that could have happened, you know, like that. You know, short of some tragic news somebody would call me with, that was going to change that. We have the choice to make the decision.
Right.
So have you ever been in that situation, and how did you react? And again, I was in the same situation, and it was 25 years earlier, right?
Yes, and
least,
and we're giving a couple examples here, like, you know, someone getting their car dinged or getting coffee or wine spilled on yourself. But you can use this tactic even for bigger things, like maybe you lost the job, or maybe you thought the person you were with was the perfect person for you and they broke up with you. And you can use the same tactic. So the tactic is not to focus on the one thing that will take your vibrational energy down. Focus on the thousands of things around you that take it up, and then start with the most basic things, as we always talk about gratitude. You know, your heart worked through the night, your lungs worked through the night, the sun shining on your face, you're breathing beautiful fresh air, you know, whatever it is, the seagulls I can see over there. You know, it's there's so many great things to focus on, yet we all know this. We've done it. We know people that do it. They have a perfect life for the most part, as close to perfect as you can get, and one thing happens and it ruins their day. You know, and you guys will know these people too. There are certain people that always focus on the one thing that could take their energy down, and if they don't have it, they make it up in their mind about what could happen, or focus, and you know, and what they get.
Of life, I call them. You know, the sky is falling, and you know, a great example of that is the weather. People that you know, Jeffrey and I happen to love rain. If you watch any of our videos, you know that, you know, we love a great storm, and we've raised our kids with that same feeling about storms are coming. It's exciting. It's fun. You know, it's like almost like a family cozy day to do that, you know. Anyway, we know plenty of people that, in fact, I'll leave names out. We went over to someone's house the other day, and it was a gray, misty, magical day. And I knocked on the door, and he came out, and he's like, "Oh, miserable weather, huh?" And I just didn't say anything, because for me, the weather was mystical and magical, and I loved everything about it. But there's a perfect example of a choice.
Right.
I had the choice then to say, yeah, you know what? This is miserable. I'm going to let it ruin my whole day. Or this is magical. I'm going to let it enhance my day.
Right.
And it's a choice. with the the hot days, Jeffrey and I have been loving. We're in Boston now, but we spent a month in New Hampshire, and we spent a lot of time on Rye Beach, on the beach in the ocean. And a lot of people were complaining, "Oh, it's so humid, it's so hot." We were loving it. We were just, so glorified by the beautiful sunshine and the fact that we had an ocean right there to pop into if you wanted to cool off. I mean, everything is your own perception.
That's right. There's so many small things you can point to that are positives for that, one potential thing that could take your vibration down. That's for sure.
Exactly.
All around you, all the time.
All the time. And it goes back to your own feeling about yourself and your own self-love. Wishing you great health, abundant happiness, and outrageous love from Boston, Massachusetts.
I'll see you guys.